keep an eye out for the numbers, I stay in contact, synchronization. To infinity, even beyond it, I am a calm and no destination. A lot of things I am above, and there are a lot of things that are above me. Do not fuck with the people I love, cause then I get scary, then I get ugly, yeah. Ain't no problem, the number, equation, present, loaded, observation. I'm not stupid, reborn, creation. Come and find me, sending, patient.
Just to think a little closer than how you feel, yo. Let's get closer, what's the deal, ma? Yo, let's talk about life and death. Let's talk Hotep in the guard, Yusef. Where you at? Yo, you might be gone, but I'm slowing your roll. Yo, it's about control, breath control, inhale. Then you wax, wanna go meet a girl and have some sex, but chill. Put a condom on, grind them on. Word porn, yo, make up words like ding, dong, who at the bell? Can't you tell? I inhale and exhale, heaven or hell. Pardon me, told you before. Yo, we keep it real. It's always seems to be on the other side. Keep trying to change, but never that's why.
Not seeing myself, so it's like going off. I'm keeping this one on because I see I'm still live. All right, let's keep going. This is what they taught of prayer. You pray in your distress and in your need, that you might pray also in the fullness of your pay day and in your days of abundance. For when is prayer but the expression of yourself into the living ethers? And if it is for your comfort to pour your darkness into space, it is also for your delight to pour forth the dawning of your heart. And if you cannot but weep when your soul summons you into prayer, you should spore you again. Let me go to the let me go to the I was reading from what I sent and I can't see it clearly. Page 103, NawabianFacts.com. She shall spur you again, and yet again through weeping until you shall come laughing. When you pray, you rise to meet in the air those who are praying at that very hour, and whom save in prayer you may not meet. Therefore, let your visit to the masjid be invisible for naught but ecstasy and sweet communion. I sure want to go, but it's telling me how. For if you should enter the masjid for no other reason, purpose than asking, you shall not receive. And if you should enter into not, if you shall enter into it to humble yourself, you should not be lifted. Or even if you should enter into it to beg for the good of others, you should not be heard. It is enough that you enter the temple invisible. I cannot teach you how to pray in words. Listen to the messages of Anu from the I cannot read and keep the screen open at the same doggone time, YouTube. This could be my own dealing or just what I'm supposed to do right now. Everything happens for a reason. But I have no choice but to continue. My goodness. It's a long read. But you who are born of the mountains and the forests and yams can find their prayer in which are thine in 2 days, which are thine also. We cannot ask you for aught. For thou knowest our needs before they are born in us, and you are our need. And in giving us more of thyself, thou gives, and all is in you. You're ahead of the 3G of those Anunnakis who are still in the skies. Our most holy, your name is found amongst the holy ones, the Anunnakis of heavens, were to name all the things that were brought into existence. Blessed is your name, our most holy. Your name is found amongst the holy ones, the Anunnakis of the heavens, for you were to name all the things that were brought into existence. Blessed is your name. Nothing and no one can give you a name, for your name is of the awe. You have been appointed anew, O Anu. Your kingdom will come, and what will and ask of us will be done on earth, Timat, just as things are done in the heavenly skies amongst the Anunnaki. We ask you to please give us the breath of life each day where we raise, and we will proclaim as you wish. And forgive us if we disagree, as we forgive those who disagree with us, and protect us from the evil ones and their temptations. For you are the ruler of all kingdoms, and all power is yours, and the glory forever and ever. And we know you have appointed one of the Yahwehians, your own grandson, Adonai, Tammuz as our shepherd, and we have all that we need. And you, first of all, so let's get this right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of highly offended and kind of sick of this stuff. So, but it's gonna make the read even more interesting to me. Okay, so verily we have given you all the abundance, so pray into your sustainer and offer. Verily, your enemy will and shall be the one cut off. His seed will be cut off after 6,000 years from the holy day, from the most holy day. He let us rest in the outer fields of green grass and leads us to quiet pools of fresh water. He gives us new strength. He guides us to the right path as he has promised. Even if we go through the deepest fears of death, we will not be afraid because we know that you are with us. Your flails, rod, and your wiles protect us from disagreeableness. You prepare a table for us where all our enemies can see you welcome us as an honored guest upon your ship and fill our cups to the brim. We know that your goodness and love shall be with us all of our lives, and your house will be our house as long as we exist. I stop right there because we're not on the firmament. So I believe the next page where we left off, 209, where I left off. I know I'm talking to myself, but future references. The death of the slaves. Hey, James. What's up? You got Sonny with you? I think we're going up to 225 today. I see you now. Yes, thank you. Welcome. Okay, let's begin. Tablet 5, the death of a slave. Lo, when the term of the leaves is over for the slaves, and 40 days of his life remain to him, his leaves begin to fall, and his leaf falls in the room of Enki, who bore the title Ezra. By this sign he knows that he is commanded to take the soul of its owner. After that, its owner is called Death in the galactical heavens while he is alive. In the face of the earth for 40 days, Marduk. Oh, I have to remember to touch the screen. Otherwise, I don't know if it goes off. Marduk will descend with the scroll of the Anunnaki of death from Anu, Elohim, Al. On it is written the name of the ones whose soul is in command to take. At the place in which the soul is to be taken, the cause for which it is being taken are written. In reality, Adamites do not die. They merely transform from one state to another state. 2 drops fall between the throne of the name of its owner. One is green and the other is pink, which is any of a group of colors, reddish in hue. If the red drop falls on the name, he knows that he is wretched. If the green drop falls on the name, he knows that he knows that he is happy. And as for the knowledge of the place in which he will die, the Anunnaki that is entrusted as a guardian to everyone born entrusts the information. He is called Wamun, the Anunnaki of the womb. When one is born, he is created. He is then commanded to register in the drop which is in the womb of the mother, where in the dust of the earth he will die. So the slave becomes a corpse and changes, then turns to the place where his earth was taken from. So he dies in it. His words are, I am where I am and where I have started, and this is where I have ended my page 210 journey. Thus ends one journey and begins another. The transformation is called death. It is also related that when a slave is in the death struggle, his tongue is stopped, and four Anunnakis come to him. The first Anunnaki says, "The peace be upon you. I am entrusted with your provision. I have flown throughout the planet Earth, east and west, and have not found any morsel of your provision at this hour." The second then enters and says, "The peace be unto you. I am entrusted with your drink of water and other drinks. I have flown east and west, and I have not found any drink of water for you at this hour." And then the third enters and says, "Peace be unto you. I have entrusted with your breaths. I have flown east and west, and I have not found one breath for you." So the fourth Anunnaki enters and says, "The peace be unto you. I am entrusted with your term. I have flown east and west through the planet Earth, and I have not found 1 hour for you." The one on his right says, "The peace be upon you. I am entrusted with your right actions." So he brings out a bright page and spreads it before him and says, "Look at your deeds." So he is happy and rejoices. The one on his left says, "I am entrusted with your wrong actions." So he brings out a red page and spread it before him and says, "Look at it." So his sweat pours down. He looks right and left for fear of reading the page. The Anunnaki insists and puts it down on his pillow and leaves. Then the two harsh Anunnaki descends, burning the planet with their talons. They are Munkar, and Nakir. So they sit with him and they say to him, "Who is your sustainer? Who is your news bearer? What is your way of life?" If he is of the people of happiness, he says, "My El Ra, sustainer, and is Anu, Elohim El, the most glorified and exalted. My spiritual guide is the Son of Righteousness, he who El, most glorified and exalted, guides with his illustrious scripture, his holy tablets. My way of life is Nuwabu." Then they say to him, "Sleep the sleep of the bridegroom." And they open a hole by his head, and he looks through it to his seat and place in the enclosed garden. Then Anunnaki returned with his Ruach soul to the sky, and they placed the Ruach in a candlestick attached to the throne. Page 211. The prayer, tablet 6, the prayer of the slaves. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's see. Okay, much better. Don't necessarily need to see me or my breasts. Okay, that's what I want you to see.
Because they don't know how to relax. Just let things be. You're doing all.
Excuse my notifications.
Wrap yourself.
Tablet 6, the prayer of the slaves. Lo, when the slaves spoke, these are the words that came from your lips. I know how to distract myself, I tell you. These are the prayers. Okay, the praise and gratitude is due to the appointed Elohol, the caretaker of the servants of the Anunnakis. Get it together, Shavonda. Okay. I have to be able to see when the screen goes off. Forgive me. Okay, it's still counting, but I don't see it. Oh, goodness. All right, okay. Too many electronics to mess up the whole thing. I can blow it up from over here. The praise and gratitude is due to the appointed Elo, the caretaker of the servants of the Anunnaki, and thanks to Ninti, she who dares to procreate them, and thanks to Enlil and Enki for all who would be incomplete if left unsaid the birth of a slave, all of which was done by the all within the all in the image of after the likeness of those Anunnakis. Oh my goodness. And I proceed to say, in the name of Anu, who is also called Allah, the most gracious, the merciful. We, the servants, the aiders of the Anunnakis, the Ansarullah, were procreated to work that we may give praise and show gratitude to Anu, the yielder, the most merciful, our master, our savior, the beloved appointed one who has sent us guidance through his anointed one. For our life is on this planet Earth, that which was also designed by you. We may bask in the soul of the earth, cursed to dwell within. Idleness is to become as a stranger who approaches the solstice as if you are not constant. For everything that lives is constant, and constant as change. For all is real and change, for change is only absolute. To deviate from the holiness that has been breathed within the existence of life that already submits to the all with the affirmation, when I work, I should be as the strings of a guitar through whose soul the silence of the moment becomes harmonious. Which of you would be likened unto a leaf whose plays when the wind blows, when all else sings together harmoniously? I never want to see work as a curse or a misfortune for being disobedient. I say to you, when you work, then fulfill a part of the distant dream of nature. The birth of the dream was the gift unto you. You who truly loves life will forever reside in labor if you truly love. Thus, through labor will you loveth life. And for it is why you were procreated through labor, and the intimacy of life's innermost secrets will manifest. In mind, flesh, and enslavement does this birth cloak me. Shall time and age destroy the gift of everlasting life, and that which was inscribed upon the Akashic tablets of all? Free me, am I to accept that which is to live is to dwell in ignorance. Yet I am ever graceful, for my existence to El Elul appointed the all, for the all appoints all things. This is how it was recorded, and this is how it will be. Page 211. The Scientist. Chapter 3. Begin all acts and thinkings by using Al Kalum, the all. Tablet 1, Nergjal, and Arishkajal. Excuse my pronunciation. Lo, Anu made his voice heard and spoke. He addressed his words to Kaka. I shall send you into Kurunugi, the underworld. I'm going back on this pronunciation, on the spelling. You must speak thus to Arishkegal, saying, it is impossible for you to come up. In your year, you cannot come up to see us. It is impossible for us to go down. In our months, we cannot go down to see you. Lo, your messenger come and take from the table. Let him accept and present for you, a present for you. I shall give something to him to present to you. Kaka went down the long stairway of heaven. When he reached the gate of Arishkegal, he spoke, Gatekeeper, open the gate to me. He allowed the Anunnaki Kaka in through the first gate. He allowed the Anunnaki Kaka in through the second gate. He allowed the Anunnaki Kaka in through the third gate. He allowed the Anunnaki Kaka in through the fourth gate. He allowed the Anunnaki Kaka into through the fifth gate. He allowed the Anunnaki Kaka in through the sixth gate. He allowed the Anunnaki Kaka through the seventh gate. He entered into her spacious courtyard. He knelt down and kissed the ground in front of her. He straightened up, stood and addressed her. That is Arish Kijao. Is she. So, I knew your father sent me to say, it is impossible for you to go up. In your year, you cannot go up to see us. And it is impossible for us to go down. In our month, we cannot go down to see you. Let your messenger come and take from the table. Let him accept a present for you. I shall give something to him, a present to you. I think it repeated, but Arishkijal made her voice heard, and she spoke, and she addressed her words to Kaka, O messenger of Anu, our father, you who have come to us, may peace be with Anu, and may peace be with Nunamnir and Nudimud, the great Anunnaki. May peace be with Anmmu and Nash, Nash. You are the pure Anunnaki. May peace be with Dummuz, the husband of Anana, who is the Lady of Heaven. May peace be with the Ninurta, who is the champion in the land. Kaka made his voice heard, and he spoke. He addressed his words to Arishkegal. Peace is indeed with Anu, Nunamnir and Nudimud, the great Anunnaki. Peace is indeed with Nammu and Nash, the pure. Peace is indeed with Dummuz, the husband of Anana, who is the Lady of Heaven. Page 212, 213. Figure 58, Kaka. Page 214, figure 59, Namu. Holy Tablets Nuwabian, NAWA facts.com. The link didn't come up. Okay. Figure 59, page 214. Figure 60, page 215, Nash. Page 216. Peace is indeed with N-I and Ninturta. I don't like my pronunciation, so I'm going to just spell it. Ninurta, the champion of the land. Kaka made his voice heard and spoke. He addressed his words to Arishkegal. I hope everything will be well with you. Arishkegal made her voice heard and spoke. She addressed her words to her chief Namtar. O Namtar, my chief, I shall send you to the heavens. I shall send you to the heavens of our father Anu. Namtar, go up the long stairway of heaven. Take from the table and accept a present for me. Whatever Anu gives to you, you must present to me. So he went, and when he arrived, he found a path that led to where the Anunnaki were kneeling together before him. The great Anunnaki, who are the masters of destiny, for it is he who controls the rites
of the 88th temple of the Anunnaki who dwell within your kala. Why do you not kneel down before him? I keep winking at you, and you keep pretending not to realize. When Nudimmud heard this, he said to himself, I have many things to say first. Nudimmud made his voice heard, and he spoke. He addressed his words to Nergal. My son, you shall go on the journey you wanted to make. Grasp a sword in your hand. Go down to the forest of Mesu trees. Go cut down Mesu trees and Simbaru trees. When Nagal Nergal heard this, he took up an axe in his hand. He drew the sword from his belt, and he went down to the forest of Misu trees, and he cut down the Misu trees and the Tieru trees. Tieru trees. Great day, Dr. York. He cut down juniper and any other of the various evergreen trees or shrubs of the genus Juniperus, having needle-like or scale-like, often pointed leaves and aromatic, bluish-gray, berry-like, seed-bearing cones. And he broke off Ka-NAK-TU- and SIM-BER-RU- and NIN-GISH-ZIDA trees. Anu has chosen the right one for this, honey, with my patience, because I don't think I even have patience to even listen. Great day, York. It's interesting, very interesting and rewarding. He painted it with yellow paste and red paste as a substitute for the gold. Mind you, we are on the chapter of the scientist, so keep a scientific mindset as you listen. This is what they are doing here. So he painted it with yellow paste and red paste as a substitute for the gold. He painted it with blue glaze as a substitute for lapis lazuli. That is a stone. The work was finished and the chair complete. Then he, Nudimmud, called out and he laid down instructions for Nergal. My son, about this journey which you want to make. And from the moment that you arrive, you need to follow whatever instructions that I give to you. From the moment that they bring a chair to you, do not go towards it and do not sit upon it. I remember that was once told as a rule when going into the courtroom. Don't approach it. Do not go until. Anyway, side note. When the baker brings you bread, do not go towards it and do not eat the bread. When he who runs the orchard brings you fruit, do not go towards it and do not eat the fruit. And when the vineyard grower brings you wine, do not go towards it and do not drink the wine. When they bring you a foot bath, do not go towards it and do not wash your feet. When Arishkegal has taken a bath. Page 217. Figure 61, Namtar. Page 218, Tablet 1, 69 through 98, Scientist. The dressed herself. I didn't even know they was talking about her. Good God. In a fine robe, allowing you to glimpse her body. You must not do that which men and women do. Nergal set his face towards Kurnugi, the underworld, and the dark house, dwelling of Urkalas, Anunnaki, to the house which those who enter cannot leave, on the road where traveling is one way only. To the house where those who enter are deprived of light, and where dust is their food and clay is their bread, which is simply the state of death, a physical death, where the light of this world is cut off and their flesh returns to the dust in which it is encaved. They are clothed like birds with feathers. They are wrapped for the burial ceremony to be mummified. They see no light, and they dwell in darkness. They re-enter at pure supreme balancement, the state of souls void of body. Pitch and feathers are hot against their skin. They moan like doves as they are prepared for mummification. Then the gatekeeper opened his mouth, and he addressed his words to Nergal. I must take back a report before the Anunnaki standing at the door. The gatekeeper entered and addressed his words to Arishkegal. I do know that's a she. My lady, oh, a man has come to see us who is unknown. Who will identify him? Arishkegal made her voice heard and spoke to Namtar. Let me identify him and let me meet him at the outer gate. Let me bring back to my master a description of him. Namtar went and looked at Ara, Erra, in the shadow of the door. Namtar's face went as livid as cut, Tamarisk. His lips grew dark as the rim of a Ku-Ni-Nu vessel. Namtar went and addressed his lady, saying, My lady, when I entered the courtyard of Anu, all the Anunnaki of the land were kneeling humbled before him. The Anunnaki, who are the Elohim, rose to their feet in my presence. Now they have gone down to Kurnugi, the underworld. Arishkegal made her voice heard and spoke. She addressed her words to Namtar. My dear Namtar, you should not seek Nunamnir power, nor should you desire to do heroic deeds. Heroic deeds. Are you going to come up and sit down on the throne of the royal dais, a raised platform, as in a lecture hall, for speakers and or honored guests. You should perform the judgments of the broad earth. Should I go up to the heavens of Anu, my father? Should I eat the bread of the Anunnaki? Should I drink the water of the Anunnakis? Go and bring the Anunnaki into my presence. Namtar went and let in the Anunnaki, Erra, also known as Nergal, Nergal. He allowed Nergal in through the first gate of Nedu, Nedu. He allowed Nergal in through the second gate of Kishar. He allowed Nergal in through the third gate of ND-DA-SHU-RIMMA. He let Nergal in through the fourth gate, page 218. Page 219. That is the scientist, the chemist, the Arishkegal. Page 220, figure of Nergal the alchemist. Page 221, I shall read. ENU-RALL. He allowed NEGAL in through the fifth gate of NENDUKUGA. He allowed Nergal in through the sixth gate of ENDU-SHUBA. He allowed Nergal in through the seventh gate of ENNUGI. He came into the broad courtyard and knelt down, then kissed the ground in front of her. He straightened up, stood and addressed her. Anu, your father has sent me to see you. He was saying, sit down on the throne, judge the cases of the great Anunnaki who live within Erkalla, a great city. As soon as they brought him a throne, he said to him, don't go to it. And he did not sit on it. When the baker brought him bread, he said to himself, don't go to it. And he did not eat the bread. When he who runs the orchard brought him fruit, he said to himself, don't go to it. And he did not eat his fruit. When the vineyard keeper brought him wine, he said to himself, don't go to it. And he did not drink his wine. When they brought him a foot bath, he said to himself, don't go to it. And he did not wash his feet. When she went to the bath and dressed herself in a fine robe and allowed him to catch a glimpse of her body, he resisted his heart's desire to do what men and women do. She went to the bath and undressed herself and allowed him to catch a glimpse of her body. He gave into into his heart's desire to do what men and women do. The two embraced each other and went passionately to to bed. They laid there. Maluka, Arishkedal, and Erra for the first day, and then the second day. They lay there. Arishkedal and Erra for a third day, and then a fourth day. They lay there. Arishkedal and Erra for a fifth day, and then a sixth day. And when the seventh day arrived, Nergal went away without any help. After she allowed me to go, now I will return to Kurnugi, the underworld, later. Her mouth turned wicked with rage against Nergal, who went before the Allahum to address his speech to the gatekeeper. Arishkedal, your lady sent me, saying, I am sending you to the heaven of Anu, our father. You shall allow me to leave out. The messenger said, No. Nergal came up the long stairway of heaven. When he arrived at the gate of Anu, Nuna said, the son of Ishtar has come back to us. Arishkedal will search for him and forget. Nudimud, his father must sprinkle him with water. Then, bareheaded, blinking and cringing, let him sit in the assembly of all Allahum. Arishkedal left to bathe at home because her body became unclean, which would be for the period of 7 days, which is in accordance with the 7-day uncleanliness laws after sexual intercourse of the Anunnaki. And they accept that the essence of the being that you interchange fluids and emotions with stay with you for 7 days. And Arishkedal called out her pardon, that is, that she may live pardoned for this act. The chair is free to sprinkle the room with the water of the spring. The seed of the two daughters of the Lamashtu and Enmesharra, sprinkle with the words of the spring, period. The messenger of Anu, our father, who came to see us, shall eat our bread and drink our wine, our water, period. Namtar made his voice heard and spoke. He addressed his words to oh my goodness. Get through this day, Shavanda. The seed of the two daughters of Lamashtu and Enmesharra, sprinkle the water of the spring. The messenger of Anu, our father, who came to us, shall eat our bread and drink our water. Namtar made his voice heard and spoke. He addressed his words to Arishkegal, his lady, the messenger of Anu, our father, who came to see us before daylight, has suddenly disappeared. Arishkegal cried out aloud, and she grievously she fell from the throne to the ground, and then she straightened up from the ground. Her tears flowed down her cheeks. The lover of my delight, I did not have enough delight with him before he left. Namt Namtar made his voice heard, and he spoke, addressed his words to Arishkegal. Send me to Anu your father, and let me arrest that Allahum. Let me take him to you, that he may kiss you again. Arishkegal made her voice heard and spoke, and she addressed her words to Namtar, her chief. Go, Namtar, you must speak to Anu N-U-N-A-M-N-I-R and M-N-U-D-I-M-M-U-D. Set your face towards the gate of Anu. N-U-N-A-M-N-I-R and N-U-D-I-M-M-U-D to say, help me. Practice makes perfect, so I got plenty of time to catch on. I have to do a little studying with the language. Find me some Nubians to help with my pronunciations. Ever since I was a child and a daughter, I have not known the play. Tell Sonny I need my charger. I can only charge on one device at a time. Come to get my charger. That's if you have it. And it's a red cord and I need it. It goes with my phone, my tablet. Any other would not really work well. However, they have substitutes. I'm all on live. Hey, real TV. Welcome to my network. So let me start over. Ever since I was a child and a daughter, I have not known the playing of other girls, and I have not known the romping of children. The Anunnaki whom you sent to me and who has impregnated me, let him sleep with me again. Send the Anunnaki to us and let him spend the night with me as my lover. I am unclean. Oh, Lord, Malachi, tell it. And I am not pure enough to perform the judging of the great Anunnaki who dwell within Eukalla, the great city. If you do not send the Elohim to me according to the rights of Erkalla, the great city and the great earth, I shall raise up the dead, and they shall eat the living. I shall make the dead outnumber the living. Namtar came up the long stairway of heaven, and when he arrived at the gate of Anu, Nunammir and Nudimmud, two beings, male beings, they saw him and said, what have you come for, Namtar? Your daughter sent me to say, ever since I was a child and a daughter, I have not known the playing of other girls. That's like me. And I have not known the romping of children. That's me. That Anunnaki whom you sent to me and whom has impregnated me 10 times, let him sleep with me again. I swear. I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself on that note. Let's read. Send that Anunnaki to us and let him spend the night with me as my lover. I am unclean and I'm not pure enough to perform the judging of the great Anunnaki. If you do not send that Anunnaki, page 223, to me, I shall rise or raise up the dead, and they will eat the living. I shall not. I shall make the dead outnumber the living. Nudimmud made his voice heard and spoke. He addressed his words to the Namtar. Enter Namtar, the court of Anu. Search out your wrongdoer and bring him. When he entered the courtyard of Anu, all the Anunnakis were kneeling humbled before him. He went straight up to the one of them, but he didn't recognize that Anunnaki. He went straight up to a second Anunnaki and a third Anunnaki, but didn't recognize those Anunnakis either. Namtar went away and addressed his words to his lady, my lady, about your sending me up to the heaven of Anu, your father. My lady, there was only one Anunnaki who was bareheaded, blinking and cringing at the assembly of the Anunnaki. She replied, go seize that Anunnaki and bring him to me. I expect Nudimmud, his father, sprinkled him with spring water. I'm confused, but I'm reading this. Okay. So, and he is sitting in the assembly of the Anunnaki, bareheaded and blinking and cringing. Boy, I get so much revelations on this. I just can't speak my mind right now. Stick to the assignment, Shavanda. Namtar came up the long stairway of heaven. When he reached the gate of Anu, Nunamnir and Nudimmud saw him and said, what have you come for, Namtar? Your daughter has sent me to say, seize that Anunnaki and bring him to me. Then enter Namtar, the courtyard of Anu, and search out your wrongdoer and take him. He went straight up to one Anunnaki, but did not recognize him. I guess this is the second time. He went straight up to a second Anunnaki and a third Anunnaki, but did not recognize them either. And then he made his voice heard and he spoke and he addressed his words to Nudimmud. Let Namtar, the messenger who has come to us, drink our water, wash, and anoint himself. He is not to strip off the powers of ERRA or NERGAL, because I shall hinder. Namtar made his voice heard, and he addressed his words to ERRA. ERRA explained all the rights of the great underworld. AGHAARTA, ruled by the DUNAAKIAL. So now when you go from there, you shall carry the chair thyself. Do not grapple with him, lest he bind your chest. ERRA, take to heart the speech of Namtar. He rose up and oiled his strap, and slung his bow. Nergal went down the long ladder of heaven. When he arrived at the gate of Arishkegal, he said, "Gatekeeper, open the gate for me." He struck down Nedu, Nedu, the doorman of the first gate of Nedu, and he did not let him grapple with him. He struck down the second doorman, Fukar, Fukar, of the gate of Kishar, Kishar, and did not let him grapple him. He, page 224. I shall read. Struck down the third doorman, Sirum, Sirum, of the gate of Endashrima, and he did not let him grapple him. He struck down the fourth doorman, Lanrud, 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 of the gate of Enu-Ralla, and did not let him grapple with him. He struck down the fifth doorman, Kalim, of the gate of Endukuga, and did not let him grapple with him. He struck down the sixth doorman, Arwadalah, Arwadalah, of the great gate of Endu-Shuba, and did not let him grapple him. Excuse me, guys. He struck down the sixth doorman, Arwadalah, of the gate of Endu-Shuba, and did not let him grapple with him. He struck down the seventh doorman, Kudri, of the gate of Ennungi, and did not let him grapple with him. He entered her wide courtyard and went up to her and laughed. He seized her by her hairdo and pulled her from the throne. He seized her by her tresses and with force pulled her down. The two embraced each other and went passionately to bed. They lay there, Arishkegal and Erra, Nergal, for a first day and a second day. They lay there, Arishkegal and Erra, for a third day. They lay there, Arishkegal and Erra, for a fourth day. They lay there, Arishkegal and Erra, for a fifth day. And they lay there for a sixth day. When the seventh day arrived, Anu made his voice heard, and he spoke. He addressed his words to Kaka, his chief. He said, "Kaka, I shall send you to Kurnugi, the underworld, to the throne, to the home of Arishkegal, who dwells within Erkall. Say, that the Elohim whom send to you shall forever protect those above and those below. Page 224. We're still on tablet 2, the chosen physician. Let's listen to a little music while I take a break. Okay. Tablet 2, the chosen physician. Lo, the time has come for the special breeding of Kadmon, the Adam Project, who you know as Adam, whose real name is Kadmon, and his mate Nikeba, who you know as Eve, or Hawa, were to be put in a habitat called the Special Enclosed Garden of Delight, located in Eden, and what is called Belai today. Belai is now a province of Indonesia, which is east of Java, where the bones of Java man were discovered. The remains of the Java man, the first known fossil of the extinct species Homo erectus, were discovered in 1891 to 1993 by a young Dutch anatomist, Eugene Dubois, in a bank of the Solo River at Trinil, Java. Dubois named his creature Pithecantropus, erectus, meaning erect ape man. This name was later changed to Homo erectus. The nearly formed beings, Kadmon and Nikeba, were to be specially bred out of this tribe of ape man, called the Homo erectus, which was to be in the image and after the likeness of the Elohim, the Anunnaki, to be like them and act like them. The Most High, Anu, commanded the Anunnaki, Arazu, to build. Page 225. Foundation of a special habitat, an enclosed garden, and the Anunnaki. Hold on a minute, because that's for tomorrow. It can't be. It might be. Let me go to my photos because I took where to stop. One moment. I'm going to get organized. Okay, we do continue to 27. Continue reading chapter 3, The Scientist. Page 225, going to 227. Foundation of a special habitat, an enclosed garden in the Anunnaki Ashnan, also called Thukkiac, was to do the planting of this special enclosed garden called Eden, located in Bali, and there he was to place the newly informed beings Kadmon and Nikeba. The task of breeding the Homo erectus or the upright man to the upgraded level caused much errors, errors, and mistakes, which led into all types of diseases that you now have today. So the wise scientists Enki decided to hold a council with the Anunnakis, and this time in the presence of Anu, to ask his permissions in the making of man into their image and after their likeness. And this Anu, the Most High, agreed. This project became the Adam Project. He, Enki, chose out of the temple of Esharra in the lower world one of their deities named Nergal, comma apostrophe Etser, who was also his beloved son, for this special breeding of Adam and Eve, Kadmon and Nekeba. In Nergal was the greatest of chemists, or Anunnaki, from the forbidden land of the many wanderers, the homeless, the land of Nod, or Subnod in Kullab, a province of their city, Uruk, or Erech, or Araf, curse that wicked place. Arishkegal, the Cushites, was the wife of Nergal Shar Esar, the chemist. That's the reason why he lived in that evil land, the land of the Kuthites, was the wife of Nergal Shar Estar, the chemist. That's the reason why, excuse me for repeating myself, why he lived in that evil land, the land of the Kuthites. Ereshkigal was the daughter of Nayya-Nannar, half sister of Ishtar. Period. Her mother, Ninashama, was from the Rakassas species, a half snake, half Hindu tribe. Her symbol was the Kundalini. The first thing the scientists had to do was select the right place. So they chose the center of the planet Earth. It's very naval, known then as Lemuria of old. Right between two salt rivers and two clear rivers, it later became known as Baka, where they both, Kadmon and Hawa, also named Zakar, and even Adam and Nekeba cried. It was later named Mecca in Central Asia, called Arabia today, land of the wanderers, Arabs, where the idol worshippers gathered to worship a meteorite from Orion given to them by Elagabal us. He was the sorcerer who brought it from Syria, where it had crashed down, and was believed to be a sign from their deity Baal, or Baal Hadad, and he had marched it into Rome. The Romans called it the Holy Stone. The Muslims call it Hajarat, the in parentheses El Aswad Hajor. This enclosed garden of delight was Eden. It was to be the birthplace of this new tribe of Adamites. Adamites are those of the dust of the ground, or this planet Earth, which merely means ground. The Anunnakis, who are called by Kadmon Alahum, were those selected to create this race of beings in their own image and after their own likeness. The agreement was complete with the divine confirmation, AKWNFINSHAYATHADUR. Are you looking for steady support to 3:29 p.m. on my alarm? Yes, I'm looking for steady support. Exist and into existence things came. First, they had created your sun, which is also a star, KOWKAB, comma, and this planet was to be their temporary home. All of this was planned by page 226, figure 63A. Page 227, where we end. Extraterrestrials. It was an extraterrestrial plan, or simply planet. ET, plan, or plan ET. And the moon, SHESHQI, was to rotate around your planet and the many stars also. Verse 27. Once everything was prepared, and see again, the elder scientists, Anunnakis, Zodiacites, knew they needed 7 periods of 7,000 years to complete this reformation and transformation from genius Homo ape-like mortal beings to immortal beings, Homo sapiens, deity-like. While the agreeable Anunnaki extraterrestrials planned a plan, the evil one, 3:31 p.m. on my alarm. Are you ready to experiment with new emotions? The evil one, SHAKHAR, comma, and his own son, HAYLAL, or Samael, also known as NAKHASH, and Shaitan, planned his plan. Verse 29, the serpent people, the Luciferians, being mixed with the Maldekians and reptilians, comma, but the Draco, or more like a snake than any other of them. They are more like a snake than any of them. However, the agreeable Anunnaki's plan was the best of plans. So the ruler of the ANAQI, negative Anunnakis, called SHKHAR, prince of the CHERUBS, cherubs, who is also known as Iblis, and Tarnush, who is, a reptilian from Meldek, also called Valkun. He is of the Luciferians, those who breed with frogs, who were beings of the sea that landed here 450,000 years ago. He looked on and waited his chance for vengeance, for being cast out from his orbit by Nibiru 24 billion also million years ago, when his seed was wounded, and for the kidnapping of his son Halel, also known as Shamael and Nahash by the Anunnakis, when they tried to reform him in order to try to reform the Nahash. Reverse breeding needed to be done. When the Anunnaki found out it could not be done, while on the other hand, Enki also waited for Shakhar for vengeance for being cast out of rulership of planet Earth in favor of his younger brother Enlil, known as Nunamar, only 49,000 years ago. So this plan to breed a new being had to be prevented. This breeding was to take place in the land of Nippur, which was originally called Nibiru-Kai, Nabarikai, Nabarukai, I would say, meaning the birthplace of Nibiru, the sister city of Qodesh, which is Gadush, in our language, Nuwabic, and they shared the same name. It was one of the cities of Gadush in the laboratory built on Earth as a replica of the laboratory that is on the mothership Nibiru. This laboratory is called Shimti, Shimti. Tablet 3, I'm going to read what's left here on page 227, but tablet 3 will be for tomorrow. The trustworthy. Lo, the four scientists, Ninti, also called NinhurSag, Enki, Nergal, and Arishkegal got together, and they selected four LTHAGUTWR, the trustworthies. These trustworthies are also known as the Zodokites and ambassadors. They were to go to the land of Ptah of Tamara, who are the original Kishites, and the first HAWILAHITES, HABILAHITES, period. These four selected Magi's or Magas went as Anunnakis, speaking on behalf of Anu to the families of Anath of the Dogon tribe. If you wish to continue reading more on the holy tablets, go to type in holy tablets .nuwabianfacts.com, and there you'll find it. And that has been my reading for today's Holy Tablets. We started on 212 to 227, I believe. I will put that down for my remembrance for tomorrow, where to begin and end. Let's gonna let this take us out. 3:38 p.m. on my alarm. Are you looking for steady support? Okay, I think I'm gonna come back with the personality of today. Let me let this charge up a little bit.